guys, my name is Tinashe and welcome to All Things Finance and Productivity. Thank you so much for joining me this week. It is always a pleasure to have you guys on board. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. It would really help my channel a lot. And if you like this look, if you like my hair, this is all mine, imagine. Shameless plug, yes. Go to my other channel. I have a lifestyle channel. I do a lot of hair content there and some other things as well that you might see there. So just go there. You'll also have some wholesome content. So today what we're going to be talking about is some money traps to avoid. This list can be endless, but today I'm just going to speak to 5 things. And then, add on to the list later on, just an updated version of what money traps to avoid. Let me start with the most controversial one. And this is black tax. Some of us, we have grown up in an African setting. I don't know about other cultures, but at least I know the African setting better. So we've grown up in an African setting, and there's that expectation for you to take care of your siblings, of your parents, of your relatives, of your aunts, your uncles, etc. Right? In as much as it's a controversial topic, it's always good to take care of people and to take care of your loved ones. It is always a good thing. In fact, that's one of the things that gives you blessings, in my view anyway. But I think the point here is to just do it in a way whereby you also do not neglect to take care of yourself. What I mean by this, and I think I'll tread a bit carefully with reference to this topic. I'll repeat again, it's always a good thing to take care of the people who are around you, to take care of your loved ones. But you also need to take care of yourself. Think about yourself when you are looking at retirement. Think about yourself if, say, you have lost your job. Right now, especially with the volatile economic conditions, some people have lost their jobs. Some people have lost their loved ones, so obligations have actually gone up. So you, for yourself, if, say, you have not saved anything, you don't have an emergency fund to cater for those events whereby you need a cushion, you don't have an emergency fund, you don't have any savings put aside to also just cater for yourself as well for those emergencies, you don't have any retirement plan that you have put in place, or any passive income that's going to help you. So in as much as you're helping your family, you're helping your loved ones, make sure that you put something away every single month so that you can take care of those situations. Because at times people are leaning on you, and maybe now when it comes for you to lean on them, they might not be in a position to help you. So make sure that you can also help yourself during those moments. And then if you're going to lean on them, you're just going to lean on them just a little bit. So make sure that you just take better care of your own finances and then help other people. Because in our African setting, that is actually the best thing to do. And even if you're a Christian, lending a helping hand is always a very, very good thing. So I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying be careful about it, and also make sure that you take care of yourself and you just put something away as a sink fund, as an emergency fund, something for your retirement. So that if anything is to happen, given these conditions, these economic times, corona, uncertainty, etc., at least you can cushion yourself for about 6 months to a year. I personally am still working towards that, and I hope that that is something that I will aggressively work on this particular year. Though it's something that really made me take a step back when we were on lockdown, it is just to look at my finances, how things are moving. So yeah, when it comes to black tax, yes, take care of your loved ones, but also make sure that you take care of yourself. The other thing that I need to speak about, and I'm speaking to the African person here, because we have that auntie, we have that uncle, we have that cousin, we have that niece, that nephew who might come to us and say, oh, I have a project, this is what I want to do. And then you give them money, and then after 6 months, nothing has happened. Another person comes along as well, then you give them money as well, and then nothing happens. You yourself, you start doing projects as well, and you've not done the necessary work for you to see whether this is a project that will work or not. So essentially what I'm working towards here, what I'm driving at is, yes, those projects that you want to do, just conduct a feasibility study. conduct a feasibility study, you see whether this thing is going to work or not. When I say these big words, someone might look at them and say, oh my gosh, that seems like a humongous thing. No, it isn't. It can be just a simple thing. Like ask someone, hey, I'm doing cakes. Do you buy cakes from shops, or do you buy them from people who make them in the house? What do you think about cakes that are coming from the house? Things like that. What would make you buy a cake from me vis-a-vis buying a cake from the shop? Now that's the visibility that I'm talking about. At times it can just be as simple as asking people who are around you to just give you a bit more insights to the ventures that you want to do. And at times, yes, granted, people who are around you might not understand what you want to do, but go to those people who understand what you want to do so that you can get some insights that you can use. So you need to just make sure that you do a feasibility study, look at the trends, look at your customers, etc. In as much as you might say, oh, it's just a project. No, it's not just a project. Remember, this is something that you're going to be injecting capital in, right? So you need to make sure that you do the necessary work beforehand, before you even start that project. Because at times, you might even want to start a project and yet it requires a lot of your time, and yet you have a 9 to 5, which really does not make sense. So just make sure that you sit down, you really think through your business, you really think through whatever project that you want to do. Even if someone from up country saying, oh, I want to do this, help me with that. It's always good for you to ask those important questions so that if they have not thought about it, they can actually go and think about it so that they can give you the most updated information and you can make the right choice. The other thing that I think I need to talk about is know when to say no. When it comes to money issues, at times it's really, really hard for you to say no. Or in general, some people find it very, very difficult to say no. So at times, just say no. Know that it's okay to say no. Yes, the person who you're saying no to might get disappointed for a little bit, but imagine they'll be okay. If they are close to you, if they are family, if they are, they'll. You cannot tie family. You cannot tie family bonds. They'll understand that next time they know what to approach you with. So just learn to say no. If someone is coming up to you and saying, oh, let's go for drinks, and yet for you have been saving, January disease has really hit you and you really have been saving, just politely decline. Say, you know what, we can do it next month when I've budgeted for it. Right now, things are not okay. I know some people might think of you as a miser because maybe you have some goals, but you see, people do not have visibility of your life to know what you're working towards. And to be honest, not everyone should have that visibility of your life. Just for you to keep some of these things to yourself and to just preserve your vision, preserve the encouragement levels, because at times someone can shatter your dreams just by them knowing what you want to do and them being negative about it. So it's okay for you to say no when it comes to certain money things. Your girlfriend comes up to you and says, oh, let's go for a vacation. It's going to be, I don't know, the whole trip is going to go for like 100,000, and you don't have 100,000. Just say, no, we're not able to do it. Let's work towards it. We can work on it and then go in December when we've saved up for it. Let's put no on our tongue for 2022 and just keep it in our vocabulary, because there's nothing wrong with saying no. The other thing that really speaks to a lot of these things that we're talking to is just competition. When competition it's left, right, and center. As you're walking in the streets, maybe you don't have a car, you're seeing people who are driving. You're seeing videos, social media, people are living in marvelous houses, big houses. You are speaking to your friend, they want you to go to a very expensive place like say Harvest, and you don't have the money. So at times you might look at other people and think, oh, I should be in that position because I'm their peer. Then you start doing things that do not really resonate well with where you want to go with reference to your money. So don't compete with anyone. You should be your own competition. In as much as, yes, it's good to look around. Do not have blinkers. Look around. but let that not be a competition for you. Just because my colleague has moved to a 5-bedroom apartment and we started work together, now I have to start, thinking about moving to a better apartment. Really, that does not make sense. So my encouragement is to just stay away from competition. You should be your own competition. Take a look back. It's always good to smell the roses. Take a look back, reflect. Where were you before, right? You used to stay in a bed-sitter. Now you're staying in a 1-bedroom apartment. That is good improvement. You used to probably not be able to afford the food you're eating, but now you can afford to have something as simple as eggs every single day. So just take a look back, take a step back, and just be appreciative of your life. When you start doing that consistently, constantly, you're able to just move away from competition and trying to step up and be like the Joneses. No, it's not necessary. You should not be having that in your financial plan because you can move from 100 to 0 really, really quickly. The other thing that I feel like is a money trap at times is taking debt for things that are very unnecessary. This topic might be a bit controversial in the sense that someone might decide to take debt for their wedding, right? For them, they're feeling like, this is a good thing. It's a memorable event for my partner and I. Not just them, also my family. You want to be as inclusive as you can, so you take a loan for it. In my view, it's always good to take debt for acquiring assets rather than liabilities. In as much as that might not be possible, because at times, you might be in a bind, there's school fees to pay, etc. You've done an investment, it has gone bust, so now you're not okay financially. Such things can happen, but you need to be very careful with reference to the debt that you're taking and why you're taking it. For me, it would not make sense to take debt for me to go on vacation. That really does not make sense at all. You're not being a good steward for money, in my view. But you see, people value different things, and for them it might be very important. But the fundamental thing here that I'm just trying to bring across is make sure that you at least when you're taking debt, it's for assets. So I think those are just the 5 things that I wanted to discuss in this video. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Comment in the comment section below whether there's a tip that I've forgotten so that we can add it there. And I'm really keen to hear something about black tax. What's your take on it? What would you do and what would you not do? Let me know in the comment section below. I think the other thing that I would like to talk about is in the comment section. Let me know about debt, what your take is. I would really like to hear your view on that as well. Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate your time. Make sure that you take care of yourself. Also take care of your loved ones. Have a marvelous 2022. Thank you so much. Bye.